If I don't, then I'm just hoping that nothing will happen, but I am willingly allowing it to happen again. I have to check myself. Am I too close? Am I going too fast? Why am I so annoyed with someone who's obeying the law? When a 6-year-old white girl takes a toy, does she get a reprimand? But when a 6-year-old black girl gets a toy, she gets detention. When an obnoxious white guy is walking down the sidewalk and forces me to walk out of the way, am I annoyed? But if it's a black man doing it, am I angry? Did women get the right to vote in 1918, or did women get the right to vote in 1965? Because it's these cultural biases that affect every aspect of it. And so I ask myself, and this is a legitimate question as I am trying to process my place in society, I ask myself the 2 a.m. knock test, because it comes from the fact that I'm a husband and I'm a father, and I have children and a wife that I want to protect. It's a systemic bias that I have. So if there's a knock on my door at 2 a.m., trying to see if there's help because there's an accident and they need my help, what is the criteria to get me to open the door right away? And what is the criteria to make me hesitate because I think it might be a trick? Is it one of these two guys on this next slide? These two guys, I think we can all agree, are not getting into my apartment. These two guys right here, I am going to hold on to my creepy clown bias. You're not getting in. But what is the criteria after that? And where does the spectrum of color fit into that part? So I have two amazing little girls, and they are some of the sweetest kids that I have met. Yesterday, we spent the whole day trying to walk through and pick up garbage because it's Earth Day. And my youngest daughter today on daycare was singing a song about how she loves the world and all the people, even all the strangers. And at some point, I'm going to have to teach them the criteria of how to judge a stranger, who's safe and who's not. And I hope that I can keep the systemic bias, this absorbed cultural bias from them, so that color is not a factor within that. Because someday they or their friends are going to be the officers, the soldiers, the business owners, the dog walkers, the joggers, the bird watchers, and tour guides. And what kind of biases do we want them to have? Because until we, of alabaster complexion, can face these uncomfortable truths and be very honest about our own self-reckoning and our own absorbed cultural biases, then it doesn't matter how much coffee we buy and protests we go to and posts we make and companies that we support. We're putting a Band-Aid on the byproduct to make ourselves feel better, and we're willingly allowing it to happen again. So I don't want to do that because I sincerely believe there's going to be a change. And so I am going to do the work because I live in a glass house and I have a lot of work to do. But I am going to do it because I know that the world needs people who are willing to be better people tomorrow than they are today. They need it desperately, people who are going to actively make that choice. So I'm going to look you in the camera and I'm going to tell you, I am not going to tailgate you. I'm going to pass in the passing lane and I'm going to do everything I can to make the system end with me. And that's what happens when I read poetry.